Hello, Peppermint Pals. It is day 6. You know the drill by now. We are doing Taylor in her orange outfit from the Blank Space music video. And we are doing Spy Family style. I like how this one came out okay. I think she looks really cute. I think she looks like she could be straight out of the anime. You'll see when we get to the background. It was kind of a struggle bus. I'll explain more about that later. In fact, this one almost burnt me out a little bit. You'll see the next 2 days are slightly lower effort. To be fair, they were much simpler styles. But even with that, however, day 9 absolutely rekindled my spark. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Let us talk about day 6. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with her at first, but pretty quickly I decided I'd have her sitting somewhere. Originally she was going to be like on the back porch or something, but I changed it to an interior setting. But so it's kind of like on the cover of all the mangas where they, all the characters are like sitting down. Obviously I'm taking, inspiration from the anime, style here instead. But, yeah, that's kind of the idea I'm going with. Her legs give me so much grief. I'm trying to draw her like cross-legged, and it just takes me forever to get it right eventually. Like even with a reference, I'm like, does it look right? It doesn't quite look right. I think it turned out okay, but yeah, it was a struggle bus for sure. So I knew I wanted to include her sunglasses because, you know, they were part of the original video, but I wasn't sure how to do it because I didn't want them covering her eyes because I wanted to show off like the eyes and the style and everything. So I was like, how am I gonna do it? Should they be on top of her head? And eventually I just got the idea to like have her kind of holding them off to the side in like a sassy way. Another thing I was trying to figure out how to do right was her hair, because all the pictures of her in this outfit, she's like either lying down or she had like just gotten up, so her hair, I mean, maybe it had been styled that way, but it kind of looked like it was like, I I don't want to say bedhead, but, you know, it maybe been a little bit messed up from lying down. So I was trying to figure out how to get that in, like, a nice, cute way that works with the style. It also looks like just, like, a nice intentional haircut. Because obviously, in the context of this picture, she wouldn't have, like, been just, like, lying down on the grass. One thing I should mention, I said earlier this was a dress. It's actually not a dress. I found out it's a shirt and a skirt that match to make it look like a dress. I'm changing up the eyes, giving them more eyelashes, and I also take off that bottom line there because I noticed that the eyes in the Spy Family anime style don't really have that bottom line, they just have the eyelashes. I also struggle with this arm quite a bit, and what I end up figuring out is I maybe had limited myself by trying to, you know, have it rest on that arm in the background on that chair, which, you know, eventually doesn't see there. Now I'm shortening it. I'm like, okay, worry about making it look right with the anatomy, and then you can incorporate it into the background. You can draw the background around the figure instead of drawing the figure around a background that I haven't even drawn yet. Man, that copy paste and flip horizontal is such a lifesaver. I don't know how I got by without that. I did in Photoshop, you know, maybe there was a way to just flip it horizontal, but I always had to, like, you know, flip it manually, make it smaller and then bigger again and make sure it was the right size, and it like flip over when I flipped it over. I don't know how to describe it without showing you, but like, yeah, and Clip Studio, there's a button to do it, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. I don't know how I ever lived without Clip. It is such a superior program, because it's actually meant for drawing, whereas Photoshop was meant for photo editing, and people can make some really cool stuff on Photoshop, like, don't get me wrong, but Clip is just, it has everything I need, and I'm always learning new stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Plus there's like, I don't know, I just love it. This is just me gushing about Clip Studio. I'm not sponsored, by the way. It's just a good program, and you should check it out. Also, unlike Photoshop, you don't have to subscribe to it. You can subscribe and get like extra points each month to get more assets and stuff from the store, which has been a big help to me, but you don't have to. So yeah, Clip Studio, it's great. Not sponsored, but check it out. Also, I absolutely love how the eyes came out. They look just like they came right out of the anime. I love it. They're really cute. Great colors. I wanted to say that earlier, but I was gushing about Clip Studio. So now we're looking at me working on the skirt and shirt, not the dress. I think I do put it all on one layer, though, and call it dress, so there's that. I actually found out it was a shirt and skirt, like, partway through making the picture, but also, you know, it doesn't really matter, so, at least for the picture-wise. I know this like brown to orange gradient is not what the actual sunglasses look like, but I went ahead and used it anyway because, you know, it matched the color of the day. So fun fact, the color of the day, that orange, was just so perfect that, you know, I wanted to use it when shading the skin and stuff. I didn't have to do any adjustments to the layers. I could just pick a color from that orange and it was like perfect for the shadows on the skin. Now comes to my favorite part of any picture that involves clothing or really anything with a pattern, is drawing the pattern. I am being absolutely sarcastic. It is such a pain. You know, Clip Studio, again, great. You can find assets to help you shortcut stuff. This one I didn't really use. I didn't even know if there was one I could find. I'm sure I could have taken the time to find something. But, yeah. I mean, and eventually what I do is I'm like, oh, okay, like you see I did it on the top, but like also on the skirt. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta like do half the pattern and then like copy and rotate it. Again, love Cliff. Yeah, it never looks quite right. It always looks very hand done. And, I don't know. I could just keep saying the same thing over and over again. But also, like, you might notice a lot of my drawings do have, like, solid colors, and that's because the just patterns, they're tedious, and they never quite look right, but I do think they do add more life to the outfits, to the drawing, add more personality to, like, the character wearing them. Like, you know, you can learn a lot from about a person, like if they're wearing stripes, or if they're wearing florals, or if they're wearing plaid or something. I mean, you can't learn a lot about them, but it does kind of show off their personality. Obviously, this is a real person, so I'm like not trying to speculate on that, and she wears lots of different kinds of clothes and different patterns, which is the point of this project. But, you know, this is just me rambling and saying, like, yes, I avoid patterns, but I gotta do them. So I did end up doing a background instead of her like sitting on a chair on a porch. What I ended up doing was like a staircase. And originally I was gonna have her sitting on an outdoor staircase in front of the mansion. But I looked up pictures of the mansion. There was a staircase, but it was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't exactly what I was going for. I mean, outside. So I did her sitting on like the interior staircase. And it looks better. Don't worry, we're gonna add more to it. It'll make it look more like a staircase. I know right now it just looks like lines. But, so that's what I ended up doing. With Spy Family anime style, I was noticing they don't really have like lines in the background. They just have like the colors and like, you know, it changes colors when it gets to a shadow or another part of the background. So I did, I have the lines there, but that's just sort of more to guide me. And then I just go with a lineless background. It looks really cool. I really like it. And I will say, one thing I did do was add like a marble texture to this. And so I look up some things in Clip Studio, the asset store, and I get those and I add that to it. I have to do that twice because for some reason Clip Studio crashes. Yeah, so this is actually my second time doing it, and it goes way faster the second time because I know kind of how to get it to look right and everything. So there it is. There's a final piece. I did make it a little bit bigger. Like I stretched the canvas. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!